Hi guys, Miss Herbert here again for Math Talks. And today I'm really excited to talk to you about missing numbers on a number line. So today we're going to talk first, before we start that, we're going to talk a little bit about our 120s chart. We're going to talk a little bit about how you can turn that into a number line and what a number line is. Then I've heard some numbers went missing. So we're going to talk about some missing numbers and how we're going to find those missing numbers, and we're going to put on our detective hat and we are going to go look for clues together, okay? So before we start, I want to just talk to you a little bit about what is a number line, what is a 120s chart, and how that looks. So I have here my 120s chart. And you guys have probably seen this in first grade, probably even in kindergarten a little bit. An 120s chart helps you do all sorts of things in math. In second grade, we're going to get even more charts. We're going to get a chart that goes all the way up to the hundreds, 200, 300, 400, 500, all the way up to 999. Whoa. And then we're going to get another chart that's going to show us how to go all the numbers up to 1,200. Whoa, double whoa. Oh my gosh. So we're going to learn these huge numbers, and sometimes with huge numbers, charts aren't really the best way to look at it. You can look here, and we do love our 120s chart. We love that it's done by tens, and that each part of my 120s chart has a 10 in it. So I've got a set of 10 right here. I've got another set of 10 here and here. And I like the way that it's organized. So I have groups of 10 all the way down. And I know that when I move on my number line, I can move by 10 up and down anywhere. So that I know from 10 to 20 is 10. I know from 26 to 36 is 10. I know from 54 to 64 is 10. I know all about the patterns of my 120s chart from first grade. But this year, I want to talk to you about what would happen if I took my 120s chart and instead of leaving it like a chart, I put it like this. Because really, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. What if we laid our number chart out like this? I cut it into strips and I'm putting it back together in one long line. We call that a number line. And a number line is just the numbers in order from 0 all the way to 128,962. It keeps going and going and going and going on forever and ever. It gets bigger than even that number. Number lines can go on forever. But today, we're just going to look at a section of our number line. So let's pretend that this number line, I'm going to keep laying them out all the way down. But if I laid them all the way down, all the way out, back to back like that, and made a long skinny strip, it would be kind of hard to manage. It'd be all over the place. So instead of that, I just want to look at a section of my number line. So today we're going to look right here at this section of my number line. And I just chose a section. It doesn't, not for any specific reason. But so here's my section I chose for today. I have 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And I'm going to place that right here on this whiteboard so that we can all look at it together. If I were to make this a number line, the first thing I need to do is get a line, a number line. So here is my line. I'm going to put my numbers right here. So it's kind of like each number has a spot on the number line. And the way we show the number spots are we call them tick marks. So I'm putting my tick marks on my number line. And at the end of a number line, we're going to use arrows. And these arrows show us that the number line keeps going. We just don't have a room to put it on our number line. So I'm going to draw an arrow this way. And that arrow is letting us know that the numbers are going to keep going. You could still have If I added more, I could put on there 51, 52, 53, all the way up. But I don't have room for that today. So I'm just going to put the arrow that lets me know the numbers are going to keep going. They're going to keep getting greater, okay? So all the numbers that are this way, they're going to increase. They're going to get bigger. They're going to keep going. And all the numbers this way, they are going to decrease. They're going to get smaller. They're going to be less than 41. All the numbers this way are greater than 50. All the numbers this way are less than 41. Look at that. I could add my number line back, and I can cut backwards. 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36. I can keep counting backwards. These numbers are decreasing. Remember, decreasing means getting smaller. And over here, increasing means getting greater, okay? So we've got less and decreasing, and these numbers are increasing, they're getting greater, okay? So if I take this strip away, it shows still where my numbers can be. I can still think, oh, there's a tick mark, 41 should go here. And I can label my number line. Ooh, uh-oh, I skipped a number. But you know what's nice about a number line? What's nice about a number line is that they go in order. So I can find out my missing number. I left a blank right here. Do you know what it is? Did you already figure it out? I can figure out my missing number just by counting. So I've got 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Ooh, if I look at some numbers on my number line, I know that we're counting by ones. 41, 42, that's just one. 42, 43, all I did was add one. So I know that to go to 43 to my blank number, I know that I'm going to add 1. 43 plus 1 is, I bet you already knew what I was going to say, 44. Okay. So on my number line, if there's a missing number, it's pretty easy to tell because the numbers go in order. Today, I'm going to show you some number lines that are not counting by ones. They're counting by other things, but they still go in order. Even if our number line isn't counting by ones, the numbers go in order. On a number line, our numbers don't jump around and go forward and backward and forward and backward and forward and backwards. They all go the same direction. Okay, every time you go right on a number line, your numbers get greater, they increase. And every time you go left on a number line, your numbers get smaller and they decrease. Okay, so now we've learned a whole lot about number lines. We've learned a lot about 120s charts, and you've learned that number lines increase. Sorry, my mind got a little screwy there. They decrease to the left and they increase to the right, okay? So that's something you're gonna wanna remember all year in second grade, how your numbers get bigger and smaller on the number line, okay? And today, guys, I just heard that some numbers have gone missing and they need help. Numbers are missing. What are we gonna do? Do you think you can help me? Can you? You? I see you. You can help me find missing numbers today. Are you ready? Get out your detective hat. Get out your detective magnifying glass. Get ready to find some clues. All right, we're gonna look at Ms. Herbert's PowerPoint, and we're gonna learn how to be number detectives. We're gonna learn how to look for those clues. We're gonna learn how to solve for missing numbers. So today it says, oh no, there's trouble on Numberline Street. Numbers are missing. Today, we're going to look at number patterns and we're going to figure out how to find those missing numbers using number patterns. Okay, so let's look at number line street. Here's number line street, and oh my goodness, what are we going to do? There are 1, 2, 3 missing numbers that we have to find. We are number detectives. Put on that hat, get that magnifying glass, and get ready to solve for missing numbers. So we have 52, 54. Wait a second. That's not in order. Oh, we're not counting by ones anymore. So let's look at our steps. It says, first, look at the number line. Do you notice anything? Do you see any patterns? Do you see any clues? Well, I do notice that we're not counting by ones anymore. I don't know if I see a pattern yet. Well, there's a number that ends in 2, and there's a number that ends in 2. But I'm not really sure I see a pattern yet. So I think I need to figure out what the pattern it says. It says, next step is figure out my pattern. That's what I was going to do anyways. Good detectives always look at 2 neighbors on the number line to determine the pattern. So just like a real detective, if something happens, there's some sort of crime, the detective goes to the neighbor's house and knock, 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 knock. And they say, I need to talk to you because you're the neighbor to this crime. So that's what's going to happen. This number is missing, so I want to go next door and I want to talk to its neighbors. So I see these 2 neighbors. Neighbors on a number line are called consecutive numbers. Whoa, that is a big word. You want to try it with me? Consecutive numbers. Consecutive numbers are neighbors. Just a big fancy way to say neighbors. These 2 numbers live next to each other and they don't have any tick marks in the middle. So do you see here, 62 and 66, they're not neighbors. They're missing their neighbor because there's 1 tick mark in between. But 52 and 54, they're neighbors. There's no tick marks in between. 58 and 60 are neighbors. There's no tick marks in between. 60 and 62 are neighbors because there's no tick marks in between. So we want to see their neighbor has gone missing. Dun, dun, dun. And our job is to figure it out. So let's look. Between 52 and 54, how many numbers are there? Let me see if I can just write the numbers back, and maybe that will help me. 52, 53, 54. Ooh, there's 1 number in between, but we're not counting by ones. There's only 1 number up there. Let me count on 52 in my head. Count on 52, 53, 54. Are we counting by 2s? I better check with these neighbors. 58, 59, 60. 61, 62. Well, look, there's 1 number in between each of my neighbors, okay? Let's look. 58 in my head, 59, 60. Oh, that's a 2 as well. 60 in my head, 61, 62. That's 2 as well. I think that on each of these, when I take a jump, I'm adding 2. When I jump to here, maybe I'm adding 2. I haven't figured it out yet. Let's look. When I jumped to 58 to 60, I added 2. When I jumped to 60 to 62, I added 2. So my pattern, it must be adding 2 each time. Each time that I'm jumping on the number line, I'm adding 2, or I'm counting by 2s. Look, we found our pattern. We are counting by 2s, or adding 2 each time. So look down here. I already did that for you. I added 2 each time. So plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. So to solve that, all I did was say 54 plus 2. 54 in my head. 54, 55, 56. Oh, look at that. 56. 56, 57, 58. Yep, pattern's right. Let's try this one. 62 plus 2. 62, 63, 64. Oh, look at that. I added 2, and my answer is 64. Let's try it with 66. 66 in my head, 67, 68. Look at that. My answer is 68. So now I found all my missing numbers, and I can tell you that I added 2 each time, and I was counting by 2s. Now, on your work today, when you do some work in Seesaw, you're going to see an activity like this, and your job is going to be to show your work. So you can show your work by circling your number neighbors. You can show your work by filling in the missing numbers, and you can definitely show your works by showing your jumps on your number line and how many was added each time. Those are good ways to show your work. You can also show your work by, like we did up here, filling in the numbers that are in between the tick marks. So 52, 53, 54, 55. I know 56 is going to go down here. 57, 58 is down here. 59, 60 is down here. 70. Oh, I counted wrong. 60. 61 is up here. 62 is down here. 63 is up here. 64 is down here. 65 is up here. 66 is down here. 67 up here, 68 down here. And look at that. So when I do that, then it's easy for me to see if I got my work right because I'm just counting in order then. 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 66, 67, 68. But my number line, because these numbers up here, that's not really what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my missing numbers. So my missing numbers, I know that my pattern is counting by 2s. So when I count on my number line, then I am counting by 2s. Let's look at that and see how it sounds. 52, 54, 56, 58, 60. 62, 64, 66, 68. It's just like counting by 2s. If I were to cover up the tens place on these numbers and make it so that we could only see the ones place, look how that sounds. It's going to sound just like counting by 2s, okay? 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, or 10. Then we're going to start over. 2, 4, 6, 8. Do you see how it sounds like counting by 2s? So our pattern is counting by 2s on that number line. When you come down here, oh look, another example. Let's work on this one a little bit together. And then when you go to Seesaw this afternoon, you'll already know an answer if you watched the video. So it's like a free answer. Don't tell anybody I gave you free answers. Okay, let's look. Ooh, first remember we look for patterns. Let's see if we see any patterns. Do you spot a pattern? Do you know what I see? Guys, I just noticed something. I hadn't noticed this really before. Look at this. 5, 0, 0, 5, 0, 0. All my numbers are ending in 5s or 0s. I wonder if that's a clue about how we're counting. Well, remembering back to my hundreds chart, if I was counting by 10s, all my numbers would end in 0s. Or the same thing, like 12, 22, 32, 42, 52. Or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But these have 2 numbers they're ending in. They're ending in 5, 0, 0, 5, 0, 0. I wonder if there's a pattern in the way the numbers end. Let's find out how many numbers are missing, and maybe that'll help us, okay? So remember, our job was to find out how many numbers are missing in between 65 and 70. And we said that you could write those numbers out. So let's see what happens when I write those numbers out. 65, 66, 67. Ooh, it's going to get crowded. 68, 69, 70. Ooh, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers in between. But remember, we have to count 70 into our group too. So let's do it, put it in our head and count it because 70 is part of that number group, okay? 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. How many numbers did we add to get to 70? 5. You're right. We added 5 numbers. We added 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. That is 5 numbers. Ooh, so right here, that hop is plus, what is it? 5. Good job. Let's check our other numbers and see if there's 5 in between there. So put 80 in your head. 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Ooh, there was plus 5 here too. Look at that. I'm starting to see a pattern. Let's see if there's 5 right here. Put 85 in your head. 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Look at that. There's 5 again. So we added 5 to get from 85 to 90. So let's go ahead and add 5 to 70 and see if it's going to make a pattern. 70 in my head, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Oh, look at that. 75. Guys, hold the phone. Do you see the pattern? Do you see it? Get out your pretend magnifying glass. Look here. 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, 0. What do you think this one's going to end in? I bet it is going to end in a 5. I bet you're right. Let's add our 5 and let's see what it ends in. Oops, let me get my pencil back. So right here, I'm going to add how many? 5. Add 5. Let's go ahead and do that. 90 in our head, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Ooh, it did end in a 5. Our prediction was right. It ended in a 5. It's 95. Then we added 5. 95 to 100 was adding 5. 100 adding 5. It's a little bit tricky to count on after 100, but I think we can do it. 100 ends in 0. So the next number I'm going to say is going to be something that ends in 1. So count with me, okay? 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. Will you look at that? This one ended in 5 as well. So look at this pattern on our number line. Let's count it out together. We're just going to count the numbers on our number line. Count with me. 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105. Could you guess what would be next? 110. You guys are so smart. So, oh, look, we have 2 questions to answer. What are they adding each time? They're adding how many each time? Each time they're adding 5. So I'm going to write 5 really big right there. They're adding 5 each time. And what is the number line counting by? It's counting by 5s. Ooh, so whatever they're adding each time is the same thing we are counting by. Those numbers should always be the same, okay? Look at that. We solved our mystery. Good job, friends. We found our missing numbers. We've solved the mystery. We've filled in the number line. And today when you go to Seesaw, it's going to be your job to fill in the missing number lines on your number lines, okay? I had so much fun talking to you about missing numbers and using patterns to solve mysteries. And next time we meet, we're going to talk about finding missing numbers on a number line that don't have a pattern. But I think you're going to be great at that too. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you back next time. Bye.